Hi, today you're going to learn the basics of how to make a coil pot. Here are the basic steps. 1. Roll your coils out. 2. Roll out a slab base and cut it for the shape of the bottom of your pot. 3. Add your coils using an inward and outward method or technique. 4. Always score, slip, and blend your coils together to complete your pot. And make sure, class, that you pause this video right here so that you can write these steps down in your notebook. To make your coils, if you have the convenience of having a clay extruder in the classroom, which I do, students are going to want to use this. It gives you much even, consistent coils rather than hand rolling. Hand rolling is still acceptable. Up at the top picture is what a clay extruder looks like. Usually it's mounted to the wall, and I tell students that it kind of reminds you of the little Play-Doh toy you might have had as a kid, where you put the Play-Doh through and you squeeze and you press it and you make spaghetti noodles. Same thing, just on a much larger scale. But before you pump the clay through to make coils, you need to pick out the proper size. So the second image is showing you a die cut of different diameters of coils that can be created. Once you pick the one you like, you need to cover up the other three, or you're going to be pumping out 4 different size coils. So you can see in the last image, you're taking that cover but leaving the one exposed of the one you want to pump through. Slide the die cut in, pump the coils through, and voila, you have great coils. So now you're ready to actually construct and build your pot. Watch this video clip for a few minutes on how to do so.
So I have some of the coils made from the clay extruder, and I made my slab base for my coils to be attached to. Now what I want to do is take some of those coils and secure them and build my pot. So I'm going to take my fettling knife and I'm going to score, which means making little marks along the base of my slab pot. I'm going to take some slip, which is watered down clay. This acts like a bonding agent or glue, and I'm going to paint that on lightly to every part that I score. I'm going to lay my coil right on top. You want to make sure they're nice and even, so you're going to take your knife and trim off any excess and make sure that the ends bunch right up against each other. Okay, when you want to add coils and you want to go in an outward motion to build out, you're doing the same thing. You're scoring, slipping, and attaching. But if I want it to get wider, I'm going to put it on the outer half, like so. In just a quick demonstration, each coil I score and slip that I want to go wider is going on top on the outer half and on top on the outer half. And then you can see it grow out. If I want to build it in an inward motion, I'm going to do the exact opposite. I'm going to put it on the inside half. Score and slip again the inside half, and score and slip again inside half. Or maybe I want to build it back out. Just make sure that you score and you slip every piece. So there you can kind of see an outward and an inward design. But most importantly, to hold your coil pot together, it's very important that you blend it. So on the inside, I'm taking my finger and I am pushing that clay together to smooth it out and lose that seam. And I'm going to do that every time I add 2 coils to my pot. On the outside, I'm going to take the flat side of my fettling knife and I'm going to tidy up those seams because it should always look seamless, like so. And you can have a really amazing coil pot with whatever shape you want.
So you know how to build your pot, but that doesn't mean you're quite done yet. You always have to finish and complete your pot and make it tidy. So to finish it properly, what you want to do is smooth it out. So when your clay is at the leather hard stage, lost some moisture but not 100% dry, or bone dry as we call it in the pottery world, you can take a sponge to it and smooth it out. Or if it is bone dry, you can take a green scrubby, or you can use sandpaper and very lightly buff it to clean up your pot before bisque firing. You want to get any rough edges off because once it's fired it becomes like glass and you can cut yourself. If you look up above, there are some great examples and shapes of what your coil pot could become, and those are student examples, so you too can produce that. So I hope you learned the basics of how to make a coil pot and you found this lesson useful and beneficial. Thanks!